I'd like to see it.
I think Tank wins in the rematch.
Why?
I think he'll make the right adjustments, and he won't take too long to fight. He kind of gave a lot of the round away sometimes. I think he'll be more active and he'll win. But big props to Roach for his last fight and performance. Fuck, surprised everybody.
Right.
I think he was robbed from the victory. Again, that knockdown should have been a knockdown.
Right.
But whatever, he gets a rematch, you know. And maybe they get a third fight, you know, after that. Who knows?
Maybe it turns the Marcus back out.
Maybe it turns out to be another great fucking matchup, and they say, you know what, let's run it back.
Right.
And maybe that controversy from the first fight actually helps Roach fucking get 3 fights out of it instead of just the one, or you know, you never know. So hey, things happen for a reason, and I think he did really well in his first one. Hopefully he puts on a great fight, even if he were to lose, but in a great fight, shit, he'll get a third fight.
Right.
You know?
Mikey, what do you make of him saying he wants to go to therapy to fix his mental health, but not yet because he doesn't want to get fixed yet because he needs that edge?
I'm not a psychiatrist, bro. I don't know. Everybody's a little different. What I got to say is, if you're dealing with any mental health, it seems to be a very common thing. I mean, if you don't feel that you're 100% dedicated or 100% capable of blocking out, you know, personal life issues or whatever to get in the ring, then don't get in the ring. Don't get in the ring. Now, if you're...
It seems like a lot of fighters are going through stuff and they get in the ring.
If you're going through stuff and you feel like maybe it's helping, like he says, maybe it's helping him do it, let him do it. I don't know.
What happened in the first fight? Date the first fight between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach ended in a majority draw controversy. Many fans and boxing analysts believe Roach actually won that fight. Some say he outboxed Davis for most of the early rounds, winning 7 or even 8 out of 12. The knee. One of the biggest moments came in round 9 when Davis took a knee. It wasn't ruled a knockdown, but it raised questions about his conditioning and focused on conclusion. The fight ended without...
You see a different Lamont Roach coming into this fight?
No, I don't. It's I tell people all the time, no offense, this is not a Lamont Roach, but a fighter can do everything in the gym, man. They can do their push-ups, their pull-ups, they can run 10 miles a day, they can eat their diet, they can change their diet, they can do everything right, but it have to be in your DNA to take pain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing and able to take the pain that come with this shit? That's for any fighter, you know?
Right.
And that's the difference in a lot of the fights. You got to be willing to take the pain that come with it.
Now,
in the actual fight, not the training, in the actual fight.
In the actual fight, what's the difference between, you know, the pain inside the gym gearing up to the fight versus the lights and you know, being on Showtime?
No, the workout pain, muscle sore, fatigue, that's different, but
it prepares you for those lights.
That pain in the actual fight, man, when shit get rattled, your eggs get scrambled, your eyes get blurry, fucking mouth and nose get fucked up. You know, a little bit of everything. Body shots. You just gotta be willing to take the pain that come with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting your equilibrium every other round.
Ended without a clear winner. Some said Davis was sluggish. Others said Roach had the performance of his life. The debate continues. Why a rematch? Unfinished business. Because the fight ended in a draw and was so close, both fighters agreed to run it back. Fans also demanded it. Everyone wants to know who the better man really is. Reputation on the line. For Davis, this is a must-win fight. He's considered one of the best in boxing, but if he loses to Roach, especially after a draw, it could damage his legacy. Redemption for Roach.
I just want to know, when is the rematch going to happen at this point? Because I'm not going to lie, for it to be a whole month later and y'all still arguing over who actually won, it's just really like, okay, yeah, run it back, because we got to go ahead and settle this, squabble this up. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to say neither fighter in here is shitty, okay? Because after the fight I seen on March 1st, yeah, they both was tagging shit, both getting up with each other, okay? I feel like this is the perfect match. If anybody's going to do a rematch, you need to be them, period. And Gervonta was stinging him. I'm not going to lie, he was stinging him. Great fight for him. But I'm not gonna lie, he came out knowing what he was trying to do. Y'all have to give it to him. Like, y'all just be hating, okay? Y'all can't get in the ring and fucking fight. Y'all just be hating. At least I'm giving them no day props, okay? Because Gervonta had a great fight. Don't get me wrong. My money was on him. But I think what messed him up was the fact that when he came out, y'all know he usually be 2 steps ahead. He was 3 steps ahead. I feel like he already had Tank figured out. And he definitely was not expecting that. And him, on the other hand, I think he came in really having something to prove. I'm not going to lie, y'all. Like, it was a really good fight. And I feel like this is how I see it. In the beginning of the fight, he was stinking, back to back, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the fight, that's when he finally kicked it up. But I seen consistency through him through the whole fight. I'm not gonna lie, like, so I just feel like the rematch should have happened because never know. He might, now that he was 3 steps ahead, become 8 steps ahead, and he might really knock his butt down. But at the end of the day, it's like, we need this rematch because I don't think this is ever gonna be a dispute that is settled and, you know, officially he won, he lost until they fight. Like, we gotta see it.
For Roach. Roach wants to prove it wasn't a fluke. He believes he won the first time, and now he wants to do it again without any doubt that what's different this time around. Tank Davis is silent and focused normally. Tank talks trash before a fight. This time, he's quiet, focused, and staying off social media. That silence is scaring people. It suggests he's 100% serious and training hard. New trainer Tank is now working with Coach Mustafa, who focuses on timing, accuracy, and stamina. This could help Davis fix the issues that slowed him down in the first fight. Lamont Roach is more confident. Roach knows he can hang with Davis now.
Is the rematch happening or what? Because I'm ready to see a motherfucker get knocked out again. I'm not here to debate because y'all really go neck and neck for this for the rest of the tournament on who y'all think really won, who y'all think should have won, who y'all think didn't win. This is probably one of the biggest debates that will never be solved. Well, they put up a good fight. I'm not going to lie, y'all, but damn near seemed like it was set up for them to have another match. Because exactly what Lamont did to Tank the whole first half, that's what Tank did to Lamont the whole second half. So what the fuck? It literally went neck for neck. I feel like it was a tie in my opinion. So hard to even say that though because you just see so much demolishment from one and then for it to flip to the other and it just had your mind like, what? It's really had your mind blown. Like, what the fuck? I feel like when it came to the decision on the fight, a lot of people were real biased. A lot of people definitely went off of just their personal opinion of the person, their history of liking the person, not off of the fight itself. I will admit that really going into this fight, the first time, I thought Lamont was going to get his shit knocked off. I thought Tank was going to do him in. Now, although Tank did really show him something at the second half, I'm not going to lie, Lamont had him. He stuck with him the whole 12. If you know anything about boxing, especially boxing a motherfucker like Tank, you know that to flex the last 12 rounds just as much as it is to beat a motherfucker. The fact that Lamont lasted 12 rounds with him was really getting up, I'm not gonna lie, stinging shit, all 12. It showed that this next match gonna really show who the fucking winner was. I do gotta say, Tank probably gonna come ready for him, but the fact that Lamont came ready for him, as ready for him as he did last match, I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared for both of them. This should be bigger than the Super Bowl, I'm not gonna lie. They say it's supposed to be happening in the summer, which would be a really good way to kick off the summer. And I know these two got a vengeance out for each other. Regardless of growing up together and fighting together, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. The way that fight went down, I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like this is gonna be history. Like, I can't wait to watch this shit again.
Davis now. He's speaking out more, promoting himself, and training harder than ever. He's coming in with more experience and a game plan that already worked once. We're experts saying Shakur Stevenson called Tank the toughest fighter in the game and warned Roach not to get overconfident. Roy Jones Jr. believes Tank's raw power and skill will show more this time. Mikey Garcia says Tank needs to stay mentally focused or he could lose. Greg Hackett, trainer, says neither man has an edge. This is a 50-50 fight. Whoever slips up will lose. What makes this rematch special? History. Davis and Roach go way back. They came from the same amateur gyms. They know each other, and now they're rivals at the highest level. Style clash. Tank is a counterpunching knockout artist. Roach is a high-pressure, smart boxer. That combo creates drama. Legacy fight. If Tank loses again or underperforms.
What do you see?
Both of them, like I said, they both top of the game. I see a competitive fight. Nice, clean, crispy shots like the first fight,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't speak on what I seen, but the fight will be different.
Right, because you could strategize and do different things.
Yeah, it'll be different.
If Tank loses again or underperforms, his whole career will be questioned. If Roach wins, he becomes a superstar overnight. When is the rematch happening? Date August 16th, 2025, location Las Vegas. This fight will be a main event and possibly one of the biggest boxing matches of the year. What to expect in a rematch? Tank Davis will probably start fast to throw more punches early, avoid taking rounds off like last time, focus on body shots, and clean counters. Lamont Roach will likely use his jab and right hand like before, pressure, but stay cautious of Tank's power, try to outbox.